I'm Delta Work, and this is Very Delta. Ros Hernandez is on the show today, and we talk about faux chicken, ghosts, and popcorn buckets with holes on the bottom. But first, do you want to see me go off? Because I think you want to see me go off.
Oh. Mom!
Are you a lady like me? Introspective, beautiful. Oh, are you intellectual like me? Beguiled by a bargain? You like wild times? Oh, like me? Are you serving the community like me? Well, if you are, then you must be very Delta. I'm Delta Work, and this is Very Delta, a luxury public access podcast and talk show where I look gorgeous, speak extemporaneously, and invite fascinating people to sit on the couch and get very Delta. Very Delta is for the woman who knows that when a traffic light is out, the intersection automatically becomes a four-way stop. But first, let's get into some things that are very Delta. I have a piece of advice for you. Watch how you use the word actually with me. Actually, watch how you use the word actually with anyone. I don't even know why actually is a word, especially on social media. It does not belong there. Actually is the shadiest word possible. Every time you see someone use it, it's always in a way of giving a backhanded compliment. You know, people will say, you actually don't look bad in that red dress. What does that mean? It means that you are surprised. It means that there was this seed inside of you that said, this person really has to prove me wrong before I give them a compliment. So once they did prove me wrong, I have to let them know there was a chance that I wasn't going to like this, but you earned your way out of it. You might as well just tell me to f off. Honestly, there is no room for backhanded compliments. I think this is something we absolutely have to revisit in the new year. When you comment on someone's picture, any kind of posts that they put up, keep it succinct to what's happening in the post. If you have a compliment, just give the compliment. Just say, you look great in this red dress. You don't have to wait around and say, once I saw you in this red dress, you surprised me. I didn't think it was going to be good. That's what that sounds like. That's what that says. That's what that conveys. And I just don't understand why people are so comfortable giving a compliment, but thinking, I hope everyone here is appreciative of my compliment. I hope you know that you earned it. You can look at a post that comes on Instagram and you don't have to comment, I need to let this person know they earned this compliment. That is the worst. A qualified compliment is the worst thing in the world. It lets people know that you somehow have your eye on them, that they somehow have let you down all the time. And I hear people say all the time, oh, well, it's not that big of a deal. I gave a compliment, but it's all this. I gave a compliment. What did you want from me? I don't want from you. None of us want from you. You know what we do? Actually, you know what? We do want something. We want you to keep your mouth shut. Stop doling out compliments and expecting some praise. You know who does that? The person who does that is the person who contributes money towards a gift and says, don't forget to put my name on the card. If you want that person to be happy and you know they're going to be happy, just let them be happy. Now, if somebody offers you a card to sign, of course. But when you go, I put in $2. I put in $20. Don't put anything in. Don't put anything in. Shh. Go lay down. Go lay down. I can't. And we're not doing any of that. We're not doing any of that this year. We're not. And when somebody says something like that, call them out on it. Tell them that I don't like that ugly compliment. I don't like that. I don't want you to tell me something like that. It's just, it comes off so, it's a nuisance. It's nuisance behavior. Going into someone's comment section and saying something totally unrelated as well is such nuisance behavior. It's a pill. It's a bug. It's that thing where you're like, why are you doing that? For attention. Absolutely for attention. It's okay. We've learned this. You can just look at a post and go, oh, that is not for me, and just move on. But when you have to stop, hey girl, just want to let you know, you don't look bad. No, who are you? What authority are you? Well, I would have done this. Well, then go do it. Go do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just, you have your page. Just go do it. That's what we want to see. We want to see you do it. We want to see you say it. We want to see you wear the red dress. It's stunning to me how people will still do that. They think, oh my gosh, I'm such an authority on something. I have to give you this compliment. But don't forget, I didn't have to give you that. So it's the same thing as this at the drag show. Oh, here's a dollar. You want it? Just give somebody the dollar or don't give them the dollar. Give them the compliment or don't give them the compliment. Read the room. My goodness, read the room. Social media is like the perfect place to learn how to read the room. Maybe if you have been living in a cage your whole life, maybe if you were in a cave, maybe if you came from outer space and you have no idea. I know culturally we're all different, but there has to be this sort of baseline where you say, it's okay for me just to keep my mouth shut. It's okay for me just to not say anything. But it's not people from other cultures who are doing this. It's not people who are mistaken about your culture or we're mistaken about their culture. It's people we fucking know. It's people who we absolutely know, who know what we do for a living. They know what you cook. They know that you are very prideful about your spaghetti recipe, whatever it is. When they come in, I would have done this if it was me, but it's all right. It's average. Don't say anything. Now, I know it's 2025. So you see the president behaving however the he wants, and all of these people going to an Episcopalian church and behaving however they want to behave because they have zero decorum. So you figure, well, if the president can do it, I can do it. We need to hold ourselves to a much higher standard than the lousy president of the United States of America. That job has zero respect. We need to put respect on our names, not on that, because that is crap. So if you're comparing yourself to that and you're like, well, if they can do it, I can do it. And I'm so tired of that. Well, I've always done it that way. Yeah, it's always been wrong. It's always been wrong. And we're always going to tell you it's wrong. Stop going to people's pages or in person or in a letter or in whatever. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to fit me. If somebody gives you a gift. Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't have picked that one. Just say thank you. Just say thank you. Oh, thank you so much. That's so thoughtful of you. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. And give the gift to someone else or take it back or donate it or something. But this qualification constantly, well, it's a free country. I can say whatever I want. But say what you should. Say what you should. Say what you know is right. But to constantly, well, I could say whatever. It's a free country. How boring. I can say whatever I want. It's a free country. That's boring. Why would you want to go through life going, I know I'm a nuisance, but I'm allowed to be. I can do whatever I want. It's not that big of a deal. What do you want me to do? Kiss your ass? That's the last thing I want. Keep your lips somewhere else. I don't want that. I don't want your compliment. I don't want your insult. Leave it alone. Just come to someone and say, these are beautiful flowers, isn't that? Don't come up and say, oh, these would be really pretty if they were bigger. No, they're not going to get any bigger. That's how they are. That's it. This is a lovely painting. I love this painting. I put this painting here because I like it. Don't come and say, well, I would have done, then go do it. Go do it. Go do it. It's so simple. It is so simple to just go fucking do it. But to come here and say to somebody, well, I don't know. I have people all the time that will come. Well, I actually don't like this. I don't like that. Well, guess what? You don't like what I wore? Tune in next week. There's going to be something else. Maybe you'll like it next time. But this is what I wore this time. This is what I decided to wear. This is what I like. And if you don't like it, that's okay. You don't have to. But you don't have to come inform me and let me know. Based on my radar, I've been looking at all these pictures. And I want you to know that I approve of 2, I like 4, and I'm okay with this one. But these 2, I didn't ask you. And I'm never going to ask you. Ever, 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 ever. And I'm not going to hold you to that same standard as well. I'm not going to say, oh, no, I don't like what you're wearing there, so I'm not going to read your letter. No, it doesn't work that way. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. Don't say you don't have to speak. I don't have to speak. We could just leave each other alone. We could just say, that's not for me. That is not for me. You could just say, you look great. I love this picture. You look great. Hey, everybody in this picture looks great. You don't have to jump onto someone's picture and go, hey, whatever happened to that show you used to do over in such and such and such? Why there? Why wouldn't you bring that up in a direct message? Why wouldn't you bring that up in a personal conversation? Why wouldn't you book a cameo? Why do I have to come here and have obtuse behavior? Like, it just seems weird. Any of us. None of us have to engage with people who are beneath with their behavior. None of it. We can all be on the same level. We can all be on the same level. We can just treat each other kindly. But so many people are looking for the easy way out or to be recognized. And people are so unseen and bored and scared and feel so slighted that they would rather slight someone else so that somebody goes, wow, I feel as burned as you do. I don't feel burned. It doesn't hurt my feelings. It hurts my sensibilities because I know better. And you should know better too. So when you're going around telling people these things, and by the way, if you're hearing this monologue and you come to my page and you drop something like that, and then I correct you, and then you come back and go, oh, I was just joking. We don't all understand the same point of reference. Just because you're joking about something that somebody said 6 months ago doesn't mean that somebody else is going to remember that that's what you're joking about. Make your intentions clear. Just say what it is that you want to say, but say it distinctly. Say it clearly. And if you don't like something, it's nobody's job to correct it for you. Mute them, block them, delete them, erase their phone number, and never talk to them again. It's fine. You don't have to do that. If you do not like somebody or you're questioning what it is that they're contributing, get rid of them. It's fine. And if that's me, get rid of me too. Do you want to see me take a break? Because I think you want to see me take a break. Baby, don't walk, run. The Very Delta 2025 calendar is back on sale for a limited time. The luxury calendar is in full color, featuring 12 iconic episode screenshots and a cover image to die for. Throughout the year, you'll find notable dates and Very Delta tips to help you fry the small fish all year long. Like September. Do you want a blowjob for ketchup? Get your Very Delta 2025 calendar today at everybodyshopmom.myshopify.com. Oh, and since we're already a few months into the year, we've knocked $5 off the price because you know I love a bargain. Purchase your calendar now and make 2025 Very Delta. Today's guest is a retired drag queen. She's a haunted doll who is a television ghost huntress. It's Ros Hernandez. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
It's me, Countess Luann.
It is.
I'm so honored and excited.
I'm
to
excited
be
because
here.
we've been talking about this forever.
Well, you know what's really very odd is that you and I don't know each other.
No, we don't.
We should,
Right.
but we don't. And it's taken this long. The restraining order has expired, and now I'm allowed to be near you.
Right. And I think what's strange to me about the fact that it's taken this long for us to know each other in person is that there's so many things that you do that are exciting to me that I know nothing about. I always tell people how much I love paranormal. I love the idea of ghosts. I love the idea of haunted things. I love unexplained sounds. I love all of it. And people go, tell me about your experiences with it. I don't have any. I have no paranormal experiences, but I totally believe in it. I totally think it's crazy to not think that something else could be happening.
Yeah.
And it's something you know so much about. So having you here is, I feel like, a treat for me.
So I was hosting a TV show on Hulu,
Right.
which was kind of the first ever all LGBTQ cast of ghost hunters.
Mm-hmm.
And we were assembled by the people that did Queer Eye. And it was really fun. We traveled the country. We went to 8 different haunted locations. And that was on Hulu and Disney Plus, but not anymore.
Has a ghost ever laughed at you?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I've had definitely had them call me names.
Like what?
A ghost called me the gay F slur.
Use the real word. Why do you think that happened? I mean, just was it?
You take a guess, Delta.
You're the huntress.
Well, it's happened a few times.
Oh, well, that's a poltergeist. You're projecting from within.
It could be.
Which is fine. I mean, you control the narrative.
It might be like Carrie, like instead of being able to move things, I have the ability to make machines call me a
Right.
At the end of the day, I'm a comedian when I'm doing this stuff. So now I have a YouTube channel called The Haunted Doll where I'm going to haunted hotels. And here's the thing. I do the ghost stuff, love the ghost stuff. I'm a comedian. I've been a comedian for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I moved to Los Angeles the year Drag Race came out. And I remember you doing a ballad. It was at the old Hamburger Mary's, Long Beach. And I handed you $1 and you touched my hand and you said, "You're gorgeous."
Aww.
And I, first of all, I was like, I did not know that drag queens were allowed to talk when the song is playing.
Well, I probably didn't know the words. And so that was my moment to sort of break that.
I was so like, I assumed that you all, like Hamburger Mary's had like a bunch of racks of dresses back there that you got. Like, I didn't know how any of this worked.
The movies. Yeah.
Yes. I didn't know how any of it worked. I was like, I think they're like employees of Hamburger Mary's. And then like, they just show up and those are their work uniforms and they make themselves look pretty. Like, I had no clue about anything.
Well, it would be easier, I think. I actually don't mind that.
That sounds great.
It does sound great. Like when you go to Knott's Berry
uniform.
Farm and they have those shows where people are like saloon girls.
Hell yeah.
Let's just do that.
Yeah, they just show up and then they put them in the outfits.
What color's your lipstick? I am in love with it.
Thank you. It's NYX. I'm a drugstore diva.
I love NYX.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm seeing less of it these days.
Well, I remember like you would go and like everybody had their collection, like the Almay or the this or the, and now sometimes I'll have it in my brain that I'm shopping and I go, you know what? I'd like to have a new pink lipstick or something. And I'll go to the thing and I'm like, where are the lipsticks? And it'll say glimmer gloss this, or it'll say mattifying this, all these things. And I'm like, where are the tubes of lipstick?
Oh, yeah.
I just want
a tube girl.
Or anything that just says lipstick by this. But everything is like, well, what formula do you want? I don't know. Tell me what your general, like if you go to Starbucks and you say, I would just like a cup of coffee. Like, I don't want anything. I would just like a cup. Well, you would ask for coffee of the day. But, you go look for a lipstick. It's like, well, you have to really know.
Yeah, this one's a venti.
Yeah. This is a special one.
Yeah,
I don't think there's enough pink lipstick out there. I think everybody has matte nudes or something dark.
Okay, I just started thinking about my
matte nude
male dog when you said that.
Tell me.
Never mind.
No, I want to know.
No, something about the pink lipstick. Go ahead.
Did the dog eat the lipstick?
No.
Do you put lipstick on your dog?
You never heard that term?
No.
Oh, it's so gross.
Oh, they're a little penis.
Yes.
Oh, I have. Yeah, I have. A pink lipstick. That's what they call it?
Yes. I've heard that. I've heard it said.
That's not nice.
I've heard people call it that.
Or a bullet.
A bullet? See,
like
now I don't like
bullet.
bullets.
Like a MAC bullet lipstick.
That's what you call a dog's
Because they look
peenie?
like a... No, I'm just saying. I mean, couldn't you? Because it looks like a bullet, kind of.
Yeah, but I don't like bullets. I like lipsticks.
You don't like bullets?
No, so I think you could call it something worse.
Let me ask you this.
Please.
When was the last time you were ghosted by someone?
Dating?
Yeah.
Nonstop.
Nonstop.
All the time.
Really?
Happens all the time.
Why
Delta.
do you think that is?
You know, it's tough out here for the girls. And there's just messy men.
Mm-hmm.
They're messy. And I pray every single night that I will wake up a lesbian, and it has not happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm stuck dating these men. I'm very picky about them. And I don't know, I don't think that they value my time.
What kind do you like?
Ideally, call me crazy. I think male models are sexy.
Okay. A male model.
I'm lost my mind. I think guys with 6-packs and muscles are sexy.
Mm-hmm. So that's what you're starting with first. That's what you're
I
looking.
start there, and then
The visual.
But the most important thing for me with a guy is that they have to be secure with themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't do any of the, you meet these various, you want to talk about like a spectrum, like the sexuality spectrum of being out of the closet and not,
Mm-hmm.
that there's various levels of that. And I'm not into hardly any of the, I want to keep this a secret,
Right.
And we've we've had our moments, a lot of us, where I've dabbled in, the guys that are like, they walk in like looking around. I don't do that anymore. I want a guy that's proud.
What about somebody who's like a social media person or something like that?
Like an influencer?
Yeah, something like that. There's a guy
Uh-huh.
he says he's very in tune to who he is. He's covered in tattoos.
Fuck yeah.
And he's got the body, and he used to start his videos. He'd go, "Hi everyone." He's an influencer, and he said he's seen both sides of everything. What do you think of people like that?
I don't want some guy that's gonna I don't know, send me a video when we're both out of town, and he's like, "Hey, how, hi,
Right.
like and subscribe." Like, bitch.
But what kind of videos can he send?
I can't tell you that
Cats?
kind of stuff.
Do you like cats?
Oh yeah, cats.
That's what we're talking about.
Like little kids.
Yeah, ghost videos.
Sure, why not?
He can set up his camera and like it's quiet, and then you just see him like run across in a sheet, and he's like, "Spotted me."
That's pretty hot.
I mean, it kind of is.
I could be into that. I don't know. I am like single and ready to mingle a little bit, but also totally fine. Like,
Right.
I got a cute dog. I got great friends. I travel all the time. I have a very specific dream, which is that I want to be in a throuple.
Okay.
I want to be in a throuple, and specifically, I want to be Ursula with the 2 eels.
Oh, I love it.
I'm Ursula.
Yeah.
And then I want 2 pansexual eels that follow me around, and I get to sleep in the middle of the bed.
I love it. Let's take a break. Body language. Hey friends, you know what's very Delta? Awards. We have been nominated for Best Podcast by the Queerty Awards, and I need you to go out and vote. If there's anything I can rely on from you, it's voting. Go check us out for Best Podcast by the Queerty Awards. We are back with Ros Hernandez. Now, I always like to tell people that here we fry the small fish because obviously there's a million problems going on in the world. I have zero control over them. I pretty much don't understand any of them either. Is there any small fish that you feel like need to be fried on your end? Is there anything out there that's happening? Small things that are just inconvenient or crazy or getting on your nerves?
Okay. Sometimes Panda Express
I'm ready for it.
does not have the Beyond Orange chicken.
And why is that?
Because she's popular.
Yeah.
But can you have a little bit extra? Can you plan accordingly, please?
Now, if they're out, what will you get? Just chow mein or leave?
No, I say, all right. Thanks for letting me down.
Yeah. Keep it
But,
real.
I'm not as much of a Karen as I wish I was.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really will be like, okay, thank you. I wish I'd be like, I know you got more back there. But I just can't. I can't get myself to do that.
Well, that's my problem is that like I have so much anxiety that as much as I complain here and as much as I go off about the things that I don't like, if I'm in that situation, I'm like, okay.
Don't
like,
tell us that. We don't. We want to believe
well,
that you.
people always say, they're like, oh, I bet she's so mean at a restaurant. I don't have well, first, I don't have the bandwidth for it, but I also just don't have the nerve because I'm like, what if they come back and I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're obviously so lovable, but also I would not want to be on your bad side.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a ghoster. So
Okay.
because of some people say my astrological sign. Some people say it's because I'm an only child. Some people say it's because I have a single parent, or just that I'm an asshole. If I'm in a situation where, like I'm upset with somebody, I just slowly back out and I will never entertain the conversation again, ever.
Right.
And I'm fine with it. I don't know why. Maybe that's terrible, but I'm a firm believer in removing myself as the common denominator.
But I've just always respected your social media posts when
thanks.
something is not right, or like I love that you stand up for the good. You know, it's like being a gig worker and stuff. Like I think sometimes people think like, oh, you've been on TV, so you have money and you don't have, like, whatever. And it's like, this is a hustle, honey.
It's hard, I think, for all of us, just as you said, as gig work. I mean, you have a show on Hulu, so then people are automatically going to say, oh, wow. But the fact that you were there and did that and made your mark, I think other people are like, oh, she must be a zillionaire. And it's like, you know that, and I always think in these conversations, you know, that person wasn't afforded the opportunity to be on a reality show and then get to run. She had to get every opportunity, create every opportunity, do everything. So yeah, maybe you're on a red carpet for the launch of a project. I think people think people are throwing gowns at you and throwing money at you. It's like, she's working.
It's not like Hamburger Berries has the outfits backstage that you just slip on.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's not like the clubs have these checks either.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, it is hard, especially drag queens. Like, the amount of work and money that is put into it. I think people realize a little bit more nowadays. And I mean, being trans and doing comedy right now, like, it's hard out there. But we do what we love and we keep going. And like, I'm going to keep showing up and I'm going to just be gayer and gayer.
I love that. Would you ever be a Maria Conchita Alonso impersonator?
You know, I'm obsessed with celebrity impersonators. Mm-hmm. It's like my favorite thing in the world, celebrity impersonators.
Have you ever seen a Dealertainer?
I'm sorry?
Oh.
What is a Dealertainer?
We have to go on a trip together.
Please.
This is what we have to do. We have to go on a trip together to Las Vegas. It could be like a turnaround, or not really a turnaround. I want to stay at least one night. But they used to have this thing. Maybe they don't have it anymore. I could be speaking out of school. We would go watch Frank Marino's Divas, which used to be Lacage before, right?
I have 2 T-shirts from the Vegas Lacage.
I have the old program books, right?
I love that stuff.
And so you would go watch the show, and you'd have a great time. And I would always order 2 blue Hawaiis because it was a 2-drink minimum. And I love hearing 2-drink minimum. I want a show to be called 2-drink minimum. I think that's just a thing, right?
Yeah.
And blue Hawaii is so Las Vegas. So we would go do that. And then you would walk downstairs after the show. And they had a blackjack room that was just table after table after table. And you would think, what is different about this room? There's something different. The blackjack dealers were all dressed as celebrities.
No.
But the celebrities were very, very suggested. So they would just get like a random Latina woman and they're like, you are Charo. And so she would just have like her hair up and then a random boa. Then they would go over to somebody else. A random boa with their hair up.
Oh my God. So I could be like 21, coochie coochie.
Here's the best part. They would be like not just like a big celebrity like Charlotte. It might be somebody like that you kind of look like. So they would be like, you are Lisa Whelchel from Facts of Life.
Right.
And it's like, well, how is that? That's not what I'm talking about. We're talking about Tina Turner. And
Sure.
but there would be those. What would happen is every 10 minutes, the lights would go off and turn back on. And the celebrity dealertainers would go up on a rounder, like a little spiral thing with a rail on it. And they would stand up and a song would, come on, chiqui body, baby, do that conga.
I love
and then
that.
Gloria Estefan would be performing.
I love that so much.
It was Dealertainer. It was the best thing ever. And if you were having cocktails and you were watching, you would think like, what is happening? What is happening?
Would they start to look more like the celebrities?
More
drunk
they would become them.
Yeah.
And it was all lip sync, right? So it was it was a drag show, but there wasn't as much drag as I would hope. Like it was just kind of like, hey, Patti LaBelle, come on up here. Yeah. And it's like a 23-year-old like black woman, but like looks nothing like Patti LaBelle. And
I love that. Well, because what I'm obsessed with is going to celebrity impersonator websites because there's like agencies, you know, so you can look at their full roster and there will be, of course, the obvious ones. But then as you go down, it will be like people that were
like who? Like who would it be?
You know, you'll see. I have a whole in my phone, like an album that I've screenshot of some of my favorites.
Stop.
But there's like a Bret Michaels.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
You know
Slash.
I mean? Yeah, but just like I don't know that they necessarily come out and do the songs. They just kind of look like, because it's like lookalikes is like another part of the gig.
See, I love that you're talking about this because I always say there's celebrity impersonators, there's lookalikes, there's tribute artists.
Right.
There's people who sing more like the person but look less like them. But you're like, but you kind of sound like them.
But sometimes they have that perfect mix.
Yeah.
They can do all of it.
Right.
And one of my favorite notes about looking, because I feel like I know a lot about this community of celebrity there's a convention that happens once a year in Florida, and I'm dying to go. I want to go so bad. My friend and I talk about nonstop.
That's fun.
But there's a lot of Johnny Depps.
I've seen that.
Because Johnny Depp, you can do the fedora, you can do the scarf,
and
you can do the glasses, you can do the facial hair, you do the 18 rings. Before you know it, under there is Johnny Depp.
Have you ever done a Johnny Depp illusion?
No.
I mean, if
not
you
on
cover
purpose.
everything up. Who could we do if we were on the website and we were trying to like convince people that we were celebrities?
The thing with when you're not famous, but every once in a while you go like slightly viral, is that people love to type out who this looks like. So I would say my most common that I get are, before I got bangs, it was Meghan Markle, nonstop.
Okay.
But nowadays, it'll be Katy Perry, it'll be Leah Michelle, it'll be the bartender from Shrek. I get that one a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, who do you get?
Well, Pamela Anderson a lot. A lot.
Have you seen the new movie, The
No,
Last Showgirl?
I need to see it. I need to see
Phenomenal.
it. Most people see me as Pamela Anderson Baywatch. You know what I mean? That's where I really bring it out for people. I used to I still do, we'll perform Adele stuff, right? And so prior to her significant weight loss and her Las Vegas residency, people would say, oh, there's enough of a reasonable facsimile here. You know, there's not a lot to go off of. So I would do it and I would get booked a lot for it. And I remember I was performing in Vegas when it was pretty much when she was maybe just into her second album. And this manager that was managing celebrity impersonators, including people that we know very well.
I want that job.
He said, one of my friends said, he's going to come see you at the show and he might have some gigs for you. And so I was ready. I thought, oh, God, make sure your chin looks like a butt and make sure you better put the contacts in. So I was ready and I did my number and he was sitting in the little VIP area. And I went over and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you for coming out. Did you enjoy the show? And he's like, oh yeah, it was a great job. It was a great job. People seem to enjoy whatever it was happening here. And I thought I could, when people use those certain words and you go, I get where you're coming from already. Yeah. You don't have to go any further. And I said, well, you enjoy your night. Thank you for coming out. And he goes, I don't see the Adele. I'm not seeing it. I don't know
He said that?
he goes, everybody else seems to be getting it. And I said, well, you know what? Maybe it's not for everyone. I said, but I enjoy you being here. And he said, if I ever needed a Belinda Carlisle, I could probably use you. So I'll keep you in mind. And of course, I'm thinking like, of course, Belinda Carlisle, stunning, gorgeous. And I love that. And I think it's a wonderful, like, thank you for thinking that. Of course, in no one's world am I impersonating Belinda Carlisle. In no one's world was somebody like, oh, Belinda Carlisle, she's a little heavy. Like Belinda Carlisle has a completely different shape. She's, you know, and I just thought, you're serious about this.
I don't think he knows who Adele is.
But isn't Belinda Carlisle like performing at Pride herself? So why would I come and impersonate her when she's already at Pride?
Right.
I'm confused.
Heaven is a place on earth.
A girl, circle in the sand.
But no, I remember you doing because didn't you do Adele with Adele one time?
Well, I went to the concert like dressed up, and then she was like, "Is there a drag queen here that like is dressed up as me? Because I heard you were coming." And so yeah, like it was a thing. But there was a ton of drag queens that did it. Every city a drag queen was doing it, so it was kind of cool to like. My friend Christy had done it in Seattle already, so she was like the first one. I love the
name Christy.
Christy Champagne. Right?
That's class.
Christy Champagne, the last showgirl.
Ooh.
Right.
You have to see the last showgirl.
I have to.
You have to.
I have to.
You gotta see what Jamie Lee Curtis does.
Do you eat popcorn at the movies?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yes.
Do you just get like a small or do you get the big one? Be honest. You can tell me you get a...
bad.
No, you're not.
I get a big one.
You do? Do you eat it all?
Yeah, and I usually get Haribo gummy bears too.
Do you ever sneak in your own candy at the movies or are you honest?
I have.
Yeah.
Do you get a big popcorn?
Okay, here's what I do. And I'm just being transparent.
You're not gonna say you do the trick with the popcorn.
What's the trick? Oh, the spraying the butter? I haven't done that yet, but I'm going to.
They put a hole in the bottom of the popcorn.
Oh no, I don't do that. No, I'm not wasting any food. I fold up.
Well, you don't waste the food. Some would say you add.
Right.
More.
Well, no, I won't because somebody's dick comes through.
Yeah.
No, I won't do that because I don't think food and sex go together.
Oh.
For other people, I say go for it. But for me, I want to eat. Like eating and munching are two different things. You know what I mean? Like I want to eat and then I want to put it away.
That.
And I want to brush my teeth or whatever. And then I'm going to be ready. And then I'm like, let's munch. Like that's different. But what I do is I fold up a reusable bag and put it in my pocket. And then I go in and I order my popcorn with my whatever the card is, like you get free refills. And I go sit down. And whoever's with me, I say, I'll be right back. And I dump the popcorn in the bag and I tie it in a knot and I go get a refill. And then I sit down and I eat my popcorn. So now I have a bucket to take home. I love it. I love popcorn is my favorite.
I really, every single night I have popcorn.
You have it every night?
Every single night.
Do you put like butter or just kind of natural?
No, I just do it.
I like it just plain too. I do. I feel like Britney Spears in that commercial. I love Pepsi. Pepsi's Pepsi. I love Pepsi. Pepsi's Pepsi. I feel that. I'm vehement about it.
You can't go wrong with a good popcorn.
You can't. I need popcorn and French fries to be similar. Crispy.
Oh, yeah.
Greasy. Salty.
Yeah.
Hot.
Yep.
Now, here's the other trick. I've shared this with other people, but you weren't here. My friend used to work at AMC Theater, and he said to me, he's a queen also, and that's why I say he and she, because he takes both.
I've heard about these kinds of people.
Well, there's only two genders now.
Right.
They say there's only two genders, so we have to decide.
But this person
doesn't care. This person's
and they work at
AMC Theater.
They work at they MC?
They MC. They them. And they said when the popcorn comes out, you don't want that fresh popcorn. You want the popcorn that comes out and has sat there for a minute. Because what happens is it steams. So if you get it fresh and it comes out, it's kind of chewy. You want it to contract and then sit there and then it becomes crispy.
See, that's how I feel about drag queens.
You like crunchy queens?
Well, I do.
I am a crunchy queen.
I love a crunchy queen. But I feel like the ones that first they burst out onto the scene. Oh, they're fresh, they're young. Let's all do. No, I want one that's been in the machine.
Seasoned.
They're seasoned. They're extra crunchy, but nice and chewy and juicy too.
What about when people have like theme shows and they call it like Country Queen? We could have Crunchy Queens
Crunchy queens.
instead of Country Queens.
Yeah.
Why is it hard for me to
Popcorn.
speak?
'Cause
Crunchy Queens. Crunchy.
I think you're doing well.
Crunchy. What about when people talk about, oh my God, crunchy? That's crunchy. What about a buffet on a gay cruise?
I love the concept of a buffet because,
Mhm.
I like to get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'm a very weird eater.
What makes it weird?
Well, I don't like savory cold food.
Okay.
So I'm not a salad person, which makes it very hard to be healthy. I don't like dips. I don't like sauces. The only sauces I like are tapatio and barbecue sauce.
Oh, I love knowing this.
But I love barbecue sauce with like everything. Vegetables.
You could have asparagus with barbecue sauce.
Love that.
Mhm.
Asparagus, because when I was a kid, I used to say that they would look like paintbrushes. So I'd like brush it in my barbecue sauce.
Uh-huh.
And I still love them to this day. And I don't care what it makes my pee
That.
smell like.
Yeah. Well, you could counteract it with pineapple. Do you like pineapple? You're allergic
does
to
that
pineapple.
affect your pee?
Yeah. It affects your semen.
Yeah, I've
For
heard
people
that.
who have semen,
I've heard that.
it makes it sweeter.
That's what I've heard.
And you go, that.
Gif that. Gif it.
And you go like this. Like when it's in there.
Delta, you nasty.
I'm just an old lady.
No, I love it.
Let's take a break. Do you have something on your mind? Perhaps a burning question. Or maybe you just need me to go off about something. Well, now's your chance. Email me at readmedelta@gmail.com and you just might hear your question on an upcoming episode of Very Delta. Don't be shy, baby. Send me an email. We are back with Ros Hernandez frying the small fish.
I feel like they're fried,
They are fried,
but they can
honestly.
always afford to be a little more fried.
You like it crispy. We said we like our fries, our popcorn, and our fish crispy.
And our drag queens.
And our drag. Oh,
And
crunchy.
our bangs.
Oh, I love
Crispy.
crunchy bangs.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the part of the show, obviously called Read Me Delta. People send in their letters. You listen. I'm talking. It's weird to be sitting here talking to you because you have been doing this for like, I don't know, fastly approaching 10 years. This type of work. So when you have somebody who does this already, it's like, why are you explaining to me what's happening?
You're explaining to all of us.
I know, but I need to explain it to you.
Okay, first of all, you think I don't know. Read me, Delta. Go off, Delta. You think I don't know. Doon, doon,
Dun,
doon,
dun,
doon,
dun.
doon, doon.
Oh, I don't even know how it goes. Did I do it right?
You think I don't know all of it? Delta, this is like my dream. This is
Stop it,
what
it's not. Do you think I'm crunchy or
manifested.
crispy?
Do I think what?
Do you think I'm crunchy or more crispy?
This very like drive through or like do they still do the mics at like a Burger King?
I don't work there. I don't know.
But do you
What do you
remember-
mean?
Do you remember the Burger
You
King
asked me that
cash-
because you think I work there. I work there, don't you?
Well,
I wish I
You
did,
it
actually.
because you were like crispy or regular. Like I don't know what you just said.
Right.
But they used to have at like when you'd go inside the restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
they would have a microphone, like kind of almost like a Bob Barker microphone.
Right.
That
And
was
they would-
stuck to the machine, not a headpiece.
Well-
not the Janet Jackson, that they have. Not that. This was a Bob Barker.
Well, I will tell you, at the little Chinese restaurant by my house, which I
Uh-huh.
love to death, and I specifically trust restaurants, any kind of restaurant, where it's like mom and pop, and the people are like cleaning or cutting vegetables at a table. I'm into it.
Aw.
I'm into it. It feels authentic to me, whether it's an Italian restaurant, whatever. They have that microphone, and when I tell you, the restaurant is so tiny because it's one of those ones where you walk up and they serve it for you there, then you just take off. There's a few tables, but they always have to go up to the microphone and pick it up. And they're like, more orange chicken. Like they'll say it, but I'm like, they're right in front of you.
I love that.
Like, it is kind of like the histrionics of like, why not just do it?
Showbiz.
Yeah.
They have a microphone.
It's showbiz.
Yeah.
love
That's what
that.
I love is showbiz.
Yeah.
I feel like it is showbiz when you go to a drive-through.
It is. It is a show. And it is
Absolutely.
a party.
And and like when someone's good on the mic, there's
Can you imagine? Like, I went to McDonald's and she was good on the mic. She
Yes!
was good on the mic.
I can imagine. And I've had it happen before.
And they were good on the mic.
Yes, where people are good on the mic.
Okay, so should we read a letter?
Yeah.
You can send your letters to readmedelta@gmail.com. Questions, comments, queries.
What if it's from me?
This could be.
I love the person. What's the person's name that really gives you every detail?
Oh, LaBerge.
Love.
Yeah, he's fun.
Very good writer.
He's fun.
Does he write books or anything?
No, he doesn't. He works in a law firm, and I often think to myself, I should have him come be a guest.
Yes, you should.
And since we normally were recording when he works, I should just pay his day, whatever his like wages for the day.
That's gorgeous.
So he could come here, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so. Okay. Hello, dashing Delta and gracious guest. I recently lost my dog Hercules to bone cancer and a botched surgery in an attempt to fix his cancer. He was my absolute heart and soul. I miss him more than I can linguistically express. Have you ever had to deal with the grief of losing a pet? Do you have any advice on how to grieve and deal with the pain? As you can imagine, I typically had him to help me cope with a lot of emotional hardship, so I'm struggling to find other coping mechanisms at the moment. I was considering seeing if I could turn his blankets into a mini stuffed animal of him, but wanted to get your advice and see if there was anything very Delta I could do for my baby Herc. Very big fan of the show, and so was Hercules. He loved how happy listening to your podcast made me. Thank you in advance for your advice and condolences. All the best to you this new year. Roxanne Stoned. Roxanne lost Hercules to bone cancer. That's really sad. Have you ever lost a pet?
I did. I only had one dog, and I had him for 14 years.
Oh, wow.
And I actually lost him about 6 months ago.
Oh, no.
I know. But I made a shrine to him, and that makes me happy.
Yeah.
But I recently got a new one.
Yeah, tell me about him.
He's 1 year old, and he was born with no eyeballs.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
What a sweetheart.
Yeah, he's super fascinating.
What's his name?
His name's Chucky.
I like that.
Yeah, hasn't ever been able to see anything.
Mhm.
So he's like kind of incredible to watch because once he learns the layout like of my home, he doesn't bump into anything. He knows if there's a table right there, he can run and then run around.
Wow.
It's very impressive. But I've tried taking him to a hotel like on the road with me. It didn't work. It's too stressful.
Yeah, I bet.
But yeah, so I mean, getting a new one has really saved me. Making a shrine has really saved me.
I think the shrine is a really good idea because it helps you sort of have that focus, have that moment, have that like sort of the love and the respect of the time that you had together, right? But you can still celebrate the new baby, you know? So
Totally.
Roxanne, maybe that's a great approach. Like, why not try that? Why not surround yourself with those memories? Because, you know, people always say, oh, you'll get over it. You're going to get over it. But I don't think we get over anything. Like everything is going through.
Yeah, you gotta go through it.
I mean, you're human. It's gonna be.
You know what? I'm also very curious about puppy play.
Oh, like almost like a role play.
Yeah, you know, like people that dress
Mhm.
like puppies.
Yeah,
I've met some of them, and I'm like, that's fun.
I think it's interesting. I think it's exciting, and I think there's actually a few places here in Southern California, well, in LA, at the Executive Suite in Long Beach, they have like
They like a puppy night.
they have pup night, and people come decked out.
I'm obsessed with it because it's like sexy and queer,
Yeah,
but also dogs,
yeah.
and I love those things.
Would you dress up as a dog?
I consider it in like that whole community. I want to like, I would love to be like a puppy. Just like I want to try,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I can like commit. Like I don't I don't know if I could live without chocolate. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's true. Dear Delta, an aromatic guest. In this era of the work-in, the Walmart Birkin bag, I have a knockoff dilemma that I need your help with. Over the holidays, my sister bought me a very nice sampler of colognes inspired by Tom Ford fragrances. The quote, amber cherry scent has become a favorite of mine, and I've already received many compliments on it. However, this brings me to my predicament. When people ask me what it is, I don't know what to say. Do I say it's Tom Ford? Do I say it's a dupe? I don't want to be caught in a lie if I say it's Lost Cherry, but I also don't want to explain that it's a high-end dupe every time. So my question to you is this. Are fragrance dupes very Delta? And number 2, is it okay to tell a little white lie? Your guidance is very much appreciated. Yours truly, very Ryan. I think this is like a fair question. First of all, I would tell them what it is.
The truth will always set you free.
The truth will set you free. I would always tell them what it is. Now, I get it that like maybe you're having a hard time explaining like it's this fragrance from this place and this is how you buy it and it's not really this. If you can't remember or it becomes difficult, it is easy to say, I don't remember the exact name of this fragrance. But if you like one like this, Tom Ford so-and-so is one. It's a higher end version of this. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with a dupe of something or an inspiration for something.
Inspire. It's like a dealertainer.
It's like a dealertainer. It's like a tribute artist.
Yeah, you say it's a Tom Ford perfume tribute artist.
Yeah, I think so. Do you love fragrances? Are you a fragrance person? Some people are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Been waiting for this to come up.
Well, I don't know. I have super expensive ones that other people have given me and I don't buy. But most of mine are like what I find at Ross or body sprays or I'm that person that has like a time and place for every fragrance. Like I like them all.
I have one that I only use for very special occasions.
Okay.
Because it's out of production.
And which one's that?
It's called Shark by Tara Reid.
I'm not familiar with that.
After the success of the Sharknado movies, Hollywood icon Tara Reid made her own perfume called Shark.
Are you being serious?
Swear to God. And I keep it
This is complicated.
My bathroom on display in the original box.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Shark by Tara.
What does it smell like?
Sharks.
A small fish fry?
Honey, it's fish for sure. I love it.
Yeah. I think, there is something to sort of gatekeeping something that you've discovered and like maybe you don't want other people to like find out that you go to that location and, once you let people know about some like fun thing that you found at an odd store and then everyone goes and gets it and then there's none left for you. That is gatekeeping. That's what
gatekeeping.
But if it's something small.
You got to share. Imagine if I saw you at Hamburger Mary's in 2008 and I just said, I'm going to gatekeep Delta work. I don't want anyone to know about her. She's just for me.
And you locked me up.
I put on a ballad and make you say, you're gorgeous.
Uh-huh. I would.
This sounds like an erotic thriller.
It does.
And this is how the restraining order was started, going back to the beginning.
This was fun.
Is this it?
This is it. Ah! This is what we're doing.
Hey, can I tell people where to find me and stuff?
Well, I would like to. Yeah. I would love that.
Find me never here again.
Thank you, Ros Hernandez, for being here. Where can people find you on social media?
Well, I'm on Instagram pretty much only at Ros Hernandez. And I tour, I do stand-up comedy. It's a crazy time these days. Come on out and laugh. My comedy is very transgender and very homosexual and queer. And it's for allies too. And I have a podcast called Ghosted by Ros Hernandez. You've been invited. We hope to one day have you.
I like it. Thank you for being here. This was fun. I could do this all the time. We definitely have to do, I have to come to your show. Okay? I appreciate the invite.
Please do it. You don't have to have a ghost story. We'll still find stuff that's on topic to talk about and to laugh about and have fun.
I like it.
I like you.
Thank you, Ros, for being here.
Thanks for having me. This has been a dream.
Today on Very Delta, we learned that we do, in fact, hold the space for country queens and crunchy queens. Until next week, keep things very Delta. Very Delta is produced by Moguls of Media, aka Mom. Hosted by Delta Work. Produced and edited by Doug Robertson. Technical direction by Margot Padilla. With original theme music by Will Pitts. Media and design support by Stone Cold. And set design by Eris Sevilla. Executive produced by Alaska, Willem, Big Dipper, Camille Stennis, and Joe Cilio. Recorded at Forever Dog Productions.
Mom!
Watch Very Delta uncensored, ad-free, and a day early by subscribing to Mom Plus Gold. Sign up today at mompodcast.plus for premium content, including weekly episodes of more Very Delta.